Welcome everybody to Authentic Podcast. Let's talk sports. I'm here with my guys Maui and Isaac, and also Raiden here with us today. We're here to talk
Yeah,
sports. That's what we're here to do. Yeah. So let's kick it off. Talk about our finals coming up. We are here first week of finals. Let's go. So we're here to talk about first. Um, I guess we can start off with we can go around the circle and talk about it. But first, we have the who's most likely to win this playoffs. Like who are you guys taking? Which two are going to be are going to the NRL finals? Start off
I'll go
with
last on that.
you start with
I'm wearing the jersey. I'll go last. I have the last say.
Okay, I'll start.
Maui.
I'll start. Easiest two would be Panthers and the Storms. Would be the one that end up in the grand final.
I like that. I like that. What's your what? I guess any reason why you picked those two, Maui?
Just the Storm experience, and Panthers the healthiest team. You know, they got all their players, or most of their players, are jumping into this finals footy. So easily Panthers and Storm for me.
Nice. I like it. I like it. Oh, Raiden's joining us here. His camera's on. Oh, I like it. I like
Let's
it.
go. We also.
What about you, Raiden? What about you?
I reckon Penrith and Manly.
Ooh.
No.
I like that. I like that. No. I honestly feeling the manly kind of debate here.
Yeah.
They're going pretty hot right now, right? They have the MVP going off. The Tommy Turbo is going up there. He's going off right now. We also have Cherry Evans. I don't know if we have the Sea Eagles. Honestly, like if you think about it, I honestly like this matchup this week will be pretty good. Coming in, to see what happens. Because I feel like the Sea Eagles have lost to all the top teams, the top four
Top four.
this whole season, right? But I guess if they focus on their handling errors, they can do a big surprise. They'll probably be the only ones most likely to beat one of the top four, I guess, out of all the other teams. I don't know what else is your thoughts, Isaac?
Yeah, I'm a bit similar. Also, I got Manly and Storm in the final.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm counting out the Panthers on this one.
Yeah.
I think the experience will get them sometime soon. Maybe not this week. But Manly's just on a good run at the moment.
Yeah, they got all. I feel like they have all the momentum right now.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. The momentum.
That momentum is just pushing them towards, and like they have good enough experience, that can take them toward the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I don't know. My thing on the Panthers is like I honestly feel the Panthers they have that they're dangerous, bro. Like they're really dangerous. Like they're highly like one of the favorites. The only problem with the Storm right now, I feel like, is just like what Maui said, their experience inside, right? But then I feel like because of their only problem would probably be their edges. I'm thinking about it. We have Adoka, he's out, right?
Yeah.
He's out, and the edges is easy to exploit, especially with Manly and what they can do with the kicking game.
Because I think what's his name? The Isaac Lumaluma is filling in at the moment, but I've heard some talks that they might push Rima Smith out to the wing and start Nico Hines as center.
Yeah.
Because at the moment I think they only got two big forwards on the bench with Nelson Asafa Solomona and Kamakamika.
Yeah.
And then they got Harry Grant with Nico Hines. So I guess they'd want to, an extra forward on the bench to match Manly's young big forward pack.
Yo.
Yeah. Manly's forward pack is crazy.
Yeah, man, they're exciting.
Yeah, honest. In the next few years, they're going to be top forward pack.
Yeah, 100%.
The comp.
What about the Roosters, Maui? Your Roosters, your Sydney Roosters.
Oh, are we on to the
Those
question?
sucks.
Let's go right now then. Nah, I don't think my team will win it this year, but I think we can make it to the semis. I think we can beat the Titans next week. Beat whoever loses, the Storms and the Seagulls. I think we can beat the Seagulls, not the Storm. Yeah, I don't think there's anyone that can beat the top two teams, except Manly.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I know we'll go back to Isaac. Like, what are your thoughts on your Rabbitohs, brother? Like, well, what is your take on them losing the trail and how much of impact that will play on this coming playoff run?
Massive impact, those. But if you look at it on the positive side, with Wayne Bennett being the coach, man, I think he's probably one or two coaches that could bring this funny side straight through to the finals. But yeah, man, Latrell is definitely a massive loss for us. Just his strike weapon everywhere on the park, man. You know, if you see Latrell's coming through the back, bro, it's dangerous,
Bro,
and it
dangerous,
takes
bro.
more than 1-2 people to defend on him. So
Yeah.
yeah, man. But I'm just trusting in Wayne Bennett's Queensland magic that he did in Queensland series last year. I'm hoping that comes through. But back the boys, back the boys.
Let's go. What about you, Raiden? What are your thoughts? Anything to add?
Well, my team is the Bulldogs. We didn't do too good this year.
Woo!
Bottom of the
In a
table.
wooden spoon.
Bottom of the table, but next year you're gonna see us at the top.
Ooh. I like
But
it.
I reckon finals footy, I reckon it's anybody's game, to be honest. Who really wants it the most? Depends, but I'm really hoping Penrith will have that fire because last year they didn't quite make it. Came second, fell a bit short.
Yeah.
But maybe this is their year. You know, they learned from last year and hopefully they can put in the work.
I like that. I guess we can focus more on the Panthers right now. I guess if you think about it, right, like clearly he's obviously playing amazing footy right now. And then we also have the To'o, man. What an amazing winger, bro. Like this guy is insane. He's like really bringing up the level, bro. I guess what are you guys' thoughts on this team, especially like if you think about it, then we have Isaiah Yeo as well, like that guy, bro. Like the way he takes pressure off Cleary and Luai like that's gonna be a major impact on them as well,
Handyman, I call Isaiah Yeo the handyman. He's a third half on that team, and bro, he can play anywhere in that team. But yeah, you're right. Those takes a lot of pressure off Cleary and Luai, especially for being for young half partnering.
Yo.
Yeah, it's gonna count come these final times, especially up against like team like Storm and that. Yeah, they're gonna need Isaiah Yeo to fit in there and just share the workload.
Yeah, that would probably be major impact for them. Yeah, it's just who wants it most, like what Raiden said.
Yeah, 100.
I think especially adding, Pangai Jr. Tibita Pangai Jr. from the Broncos.
Bro, that guy, man.
I think that was a huge signing in mid-season, Just to add another beast off the bench is like different. It's like a different beast.
Yeah. I was just thinking what he did for MMT when he came off the bench. He scored basically every game coming off the bench. Yeah, he's just a massive impact player. But I think just going on with like everyone else, with the Panthers, I think coming from last year, as they lost the finals, everyone thought they were going to win their finals. But I think it all came back to experience.
Experience, eh?
Yeah. And that fire they're going to have this year, it's going to be burning big time.
Especially especially with the Storm, bro. Like they do every little detail correctly, bro. And then I guess like their experience wise or wherever, and then like they have confidence in themselves and their team, and then just doing the small things right, bro. Like that's how they do it. Hey, and then plus like the coaching from Bellamy as well. Like, gee, bro, it's just the way they've implemented that team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think something that I heard from Josh Adokar, I think he mentioned that if he was going to give advice to any young junior that was coming up in the system of rugby league, that he would advise them to go to Melbourne Storm. Because I think it's one of the best clubs you can go to be, I guess, professional, and I guess also to know what you're going to get from the team, You're also going to get this, and you're going to also put in the work. And I think that's just like any team, but I think Storm also has that thing built in them for years now, that this is the team that's always going to be up there and hold that standard,
Yeah, that's so true. I was just telling like impact players, Sofa Solomona coming off the bench for the Storm. It's going to be, last year in the finals, he basically won the game for the Storm. He took the forward ball and everything, just set up for the backs and all of them to do their set plays. I think it was going on along with Raiden. You know, that club, you know, Storm. You know, whoever goes there, they're going to be big players someday. And it's the same as the Roosters. You know, I mean, you know, I'm not just calling out my team, but
Let's go.
Let's
Plug 'em,
be
plug
real
'em.
there. Honest, I don't know how many teams will ever face all this like adversities, and still be top 5. Like,
Yeah,
man, that diff and those top teams like the Ocean Roosters got. If you have you, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but they put out a team I think a few weeks ago of the players that are injured and the players that are still playing to this day. And man, that injury team, man, they can do some crazy things with that. Yeah, bro. Like
easily could win the cup.
That bottom 4, man. So it's crazy to see that the Roosters are still hitting that top 5 mark. But just goes to show that the systems between those teams and Stormy, it's good. So it keeps a lot of players still there.
Great insights. I guess we're moving on to our next segment. Speaking of rebuilding and Raiden's Bulldogs, you know, we can touch lightly on the Warriors. What are your guys' thoughts, brothers, on that specifically, the Warriors and how they ended their season?
Oh yeah, it's pretty tough, especially with their last game. But before we get into that, you gotta give it to the Warriors. I think it's their second year away from home,
Yeah.
And I just found out today that they're going again another year. I think out of Redcliffe, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, that's massive to be away from family. It's a massive sacrifice to do now. I'm sure it plays a sort of part in maybe their results. But yeah, at the end of the day, man, they're grown men too. So that last performance was pretty shocking.
Yeah.
Kind of like Saul losing. If you can't win the game, you win the fight. Yeah.
It's like an Auckland League game going up there.
I don't think any Warriors players would have loved that. But
we're not talking about the Blues who just won, okay? Crusaders.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, I like the Warriors because obviously they're a home team, New Zealand. But yeah, something's going wrong there. I'm not too sure. But what do you guys reckon?
Yeah, no, you know, they just got a new coach this year. He's a good coach. But I think then they just need someone who has experience winning the grand finals. Because when Bennett's off this year, he's off contract. You know, Warriors would be just hitting him hard to get him to come over and coach. Honestly, they got good players. The forward pack is just, they should be dominating the league right now.
Pretty dominant forward pack, yeah.
They should be.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. And so I think they just need a solid coach like Wayne Bennett. You know, just set them and discipline them. You know, that's the biggest thing for the Warriors is that discipline,
Yeah.
You just struggle with it all the time, It's just ridiculous. But yeah, I think just starting with their coach, getting someone who knows how to win. You know, they could just ask Razor from the Crusaders to come up and do their job. It's all good.
But yeah, I guess just adding on from Maui, I guess there was a few positives. You know, they got a young player from the Broncos, which is Reece Walsh.
Yeah.
And I guess he's adding on, like, you know, took over Roger. And I guess, you know, big ups to Roger. He was a good mentor, not only for Reece Walsh, but I guess the entire Warriors, you know, captained the side, you know, did what he could. And I guess he was just a great player all around, you know, Roger. And I guess another positive is that Sean Johnson's coming back next year for the Warriors. And he's like another, I guess, a huge signing. Born in New Zealand, raised, and, you know, and I guess he's just going to add it back in. He was here before. Yeah, and I guess those combinations are just going to keep adding, you know, bit by bit.
And they're also, he was in their last appearance, the Warriors' appearance in the Grand Final,
I know.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for me, with Sean Johnson, I'm on the negative side. I'm kind of confused on why they've signed him. I mean, he's what, 31 going to 32, coming off a bad injury. I mean, if you're looking for a great half, I mean, you could have had Adam Reynolds still. I mean, I know he's from the Bunnies, but he comes from a better winning system. And yeah, I'm a bit confused on that Sean Johnson signing. Yeah, he's been there before at the Warriors. He did take them to finals, but I mean, yeah, I'm not too sure about. I heard on another podcast someone speaking about it too. Why they were bringing Sean Johnson back if they knew what he could do. I mean, he was a lot younger.
Yeah.
But I guess you're adding on more years with injuries. It's a risky move, eh?
Mm.
But yeah, I thought you'd have someone I guess a younger from a better winning system team, and someone with more years to offer there, eh? And to help out these younger guys. But I guess they might be using him as a mentor. Who knows?
Yeah.
You got what Sean O'Sullivan there. Who else is there? I'm not sure about Nakarima because I hear he wants to stay in Oz. So and then you got Chanel as well. So.
Well, don't they?
What was that?
Harris DeVito. They have Harris DeVito there.
Yeah, Harris DeVito. Yeah. So he could be their mentor. Obviously, he'll be playing. But definitely looking forward to seeing how that goes. Eh?
Yeah, I think as it brings a good point. I feel like bringing in a successful mentor, someone who knows the game, someone who has experience, and someone who can put the team on their shoulders and be like, hey, like, this is the example that we set. I'm from a winning system. This is how to win, and if you want to win, let's do it. Because if you think about it, like it's all about like the discipline and the leadership and the people you have around you. And when you focus on we all know, we all experience like sports and games where discipline is key. Keep the penalties low, be disciplined, defense. Know your role, do your job, and you get the job done. And I feel like that's a great point to bring up is if the Warriors can do that, control the discipline and have and know as a leadership and have a great mental leadership system, and that would actually implement them into doing better. Hopefully, be in that playoff run next time.
I don't know how the postseason training goes, but if I were in the Warriors system, I'll hit it hard right now. Start right now. It's especially because Sean Johnson's already back home.
Yep.
He left ages ago. He
got a release, eh?
Yeah, he got the release.
Yeah.
If they really want to actually compete next year, they need to just to start right now. The forward pack, massive forward pack, but honestly, those guys get so many penalties on them.
Bro, it's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, I think getting someone to mentor the forward pack would be just massive for them.
I guess just adding on, guess we can only hope. Guess it's the home team for New Zealand. Hope they can do better next year. And I guess if all the experience they've added and all the young guns they have, just hope that it can mellow together for a better season next year for them.
Gotta wish the boys good luck, Gotta wish them good luck.
Good luck.
They should change the Warriors to the Oakland Warriors.
Good luck, because the doggies
I'm out of Auckland,
But do they have league players in Christchurch? Okay.
They'll play for the friggin' Broncos, bro.
Nah, yeah. I guess moving on to rugby union. All Blacks just came off a win. This is our next segment here. All Blacks came off a good win against Australia, and then they move on to verse the Pumas coming up against Argentina. I guess focusing on that game, the last game. What are you guys' thoughts on our squad that we've taken, and also, I guess Ardie Salvez as captain?
You good, Mo?
Yeah, Maui, you have a lot to share. I know you like All Blacks.
Yeah, I love the All Blacks. Honestly, I felt like ever since they lost the World Cup, ever since like 3 or 4 years ago, they've just lost that. The title All Blacks. When you hear the All Blacks are playing, you're just like, whoa, the All Blacks are playing. They lost it. Like nobody, I wouldn't say nobody. Most people don't really care anymore.
Yeah,
it's real sad because even see when they play the games here, the stadiums aren't packed.
Bro.
It's just it's tough to see, but I think it all falls back on loyalty. I think New Zealand is too loyal to their coaches. It's just annoying. Oh,
I see you taking the avenue there of the coaching.
Oh no. Oh no.
I made me straight to the coach.
Toodles.
Nah, it all starts with the coaches. We've been talking about the league, and the systems of how it's held. New Zealand's just blessed. There's so much talent. You can just throw anyone in anywhere, and they'll do a good job. But that's the problem. They need specialists in positions, not just good at job. Good at playing rugby. You throw you anywhere. So yeah, that's just my thoughts.
Going to the coaching, like, is there any issues that you feel, Maui, especially with the coaching, that could be improved?
Oh, bro, I just saw this article in the week. It's just throughout the week. It's when the coach said, "Oh, I'm not really worried about Beauden Barrett's kicking." I was like,
Oh yeah.
you would never hear any All Black coach say that. You're going to be playing South Africa soon, and Argentina. Argentina kicks everywhere they can.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what the stats were on his kicking on the weekend, but I'm pretty sure he missed some more.
Yeah, especially against Fiji. Bro, like, I know he missed a lot of kicks against Fiji, but I guess he did have that bad eye. But I guess they did stitch it up and put it back in. But anyway, like, I guess your first five for that long, like, you should be hitting those easy buckets and all the time slotting them in.
But on the topic about Ardie Savia, man, massive congrats to the OC. I think for a Samoan from a small island of Samoa to captain, I guess probably one of the greatest team sports in the world, probably top 5 when it comes to team sports. I mean, a lot of people know the All Blacks. So for a child of a little island of Samoa or part of Pacific Islands to captain a great team like that is massive for us. So massive congrats to him, his support team, and everyone that's shaped him to be the man he is.
Yo.
And obviously him for the hard work that he's put in throughout the years.
Facts, bro.
I mean, I've seen him play. I think Sevens. Was he in the Sevens team? Am I right?
Yeah.
Or was that his brother? Yeah, he's been in the Sevens system.
Yeah.
So from Sevens system to now to get in the captaincy, man, that's massive. Because would you guys know how much Samoan captains, or how many Samoans have captained the All Blacks? Or
bro.
Kevin Mialamo?
Yeah,
I know Kevin has it.
And then was it Michael Jones? Did he captain? Yeah.
Has Kainer ever captained?
Bro, actually,
No,
he has, bro.
But I think majority of them do like one-off, say.
Yeah,
Yeah, like when the main captains are away. But yeah, even that is massive. So yeah, it's a good win for us Pollies. You have someone.
It is a good win
on that level representing us.
Yo,
massive.
Nah, yeah, I guess just adding on, they did just win the Bledisloe, and I think big ups to them. I think the streak is like overboard. I think they're really broken that streak. How many times? I guess the Wallabies are keen to come back next year, hopefully.
Yeah.
Aren't you born in Aussie?
Nah, yeah.
Well, weren't you sending us videos of Aussie gonna win?
Now we'll be back next year. We'll be back. Nah, but yeah, I guess the All Blacks, they're never gonna. You're always gonna expect the same thing, and I guess when they do have a poor performance, there's always gonna be those comments, like what happened, what's going on.
Yeah.
But they're a quality team, whoever they put on the paddock. But I guess what Maui said, you want the best players in. And I guess a lot of the best players, they've been moving across to Europe and that for the money. And I guess that's another thing that talks, money talks. And I think Beauden Barrett, he just came back from overseas as well, didn't he?
Yeah, Japan.
Yeah, he came back from Japan right back into All Blacks.
Yeah, what, no games beforehand in New Zealand?
No.
Straight in?
Nah, straight in.
How good.
Must be nice, bro.
How good. The money is straight in the AB. Nice.
Get the money, come back where you just left.
Yeah, hard out.
Yeah, just touching on Isaiah's point on on Ardie, like my take is like what a great opportunity for him, to be able to be in that position, because everything that I do know is like that guy's a workhorse, bro. That guy works hard, he keeps the standard high, bro, and you can tell by the way he plays, bro. Like by the way he plays, like, hey, Maui, you obviously know, like when the man's playing, like he's dangerous in the ruck game, running game, offloads. Like this guy, like defense, bro. Like, and it just shows. And I feel like what it's gonna do is gonna like, like for example, let's look at another captain, Richie McCaw, right? If you look at that standard and the way he lived up to the expectation, the All Blacks, and the way he presented himself, like that's the standard that they should be playing at, and that's what everyone would expect the captain to play like, So it just gives good ups, and then it makes the players want to play just like that.
Yeah, I was just thinking about the Super Rugby Aotearoa season. Hurricanes suffered so much this year.
Bro.
Yeah, they're massive. The number 10 was basically brand new. The whole backline was brand new. But there was a thing that set apart Ardie compared to everyone else. He led that team throughout this year, and he didn't look like he was complaining at all. He did the work, and every game he made a massive impact. And just on the topic of captain, it's kind of sad. The media doesn't do anything to glorify his efforts or what he's gotten right now. When Kane got when he got the captaincy, it was all over the news. And
that's weird, bro.
Yeah, man.
You're right, Eves.
Yeah, it's just super sad, but
it's like when COVID is in South Auckland and it's in Devonport.
Oh, come on.
Nah, I'm kidding.
Nah, honestly, like it's sad, he deserves it. Ardie, even in the last World Cup, man, the work ethic, that dude, he should have got man of the day, player of the year for that year. He was just on.
I like that. Nah, yeah. I guess, bro, like, yeah, big ups to the All Blacks, and like, hopefully they go well against the Pumas this week. A little more physical team. Great set piece. I guess I was interested in what Raiden was talking about the Wallabies and how they play. And I guess money does talk. Players want to go play for the money. My take is like I feel like most of the best players, like if you're in Australia, obviously like what Raiden said, money talks, right? And when you're in Australia, like obviously, where do you go play rugby? You play league, right?
Yeah.
And all the talent. If you think about all the talent in the world for league, Australia, right? So like, if you think about it, do you feel like because most of Australia's best players play league rather than union?
Yeah, I was seeing most of the players that joined league. If those guys stayed, they would have been just crazy at rugby. I think the next step for Australia is just to get better coaches. Here we talk on and about coach again. Just get better coaches, but I think it's all in the build-up. As you grow up as a kid, as a kid in New Zealand, you hope to be an All Black. I think in Australia it's different. You hope to play in AFL or play for the Kangaroos. Especially right now, if a kid's playing sport, they look at Australian rugby, they think it's a joke. I'll be honest. So if they honestly just focus on just rebuilding it, the whole system to be strong again, they're going to be just, the coach right now is picking all the younger kids to play. They're going to be good in like 5 years. That's a long time.
Long time, Eves.
Yeah, bro.
5 years too late, man.
Yeah, you get to start right now. I listened to this podcast. Never call a rebuilding time a rebuilding time. They just put you in the mindset of that.
Yeah.
And so Australian rugby's got a lot of work to do.
I think. Yeah, I guess a lot of rebuilding, and I guess, what Maui said, a lot of the younger kids, I guess they just want to hit the rugby league because they believe that's the better path, Because if they look at the rugby team of Australia, they're like, ooh, that's all right. But you look at the Kangaroos and their consistency of winning is a bit better, you know? Or not a bit better, maybe way better. And I guess they look at that and they're like, oh, maybe in rugby league, there's a more variety and there's more different teams, the quality of winning and just the quality of doing other stuff, you know? And I guess that's the thing, you know, you're built in as young and that's probably what your parents want you to do as well. And I think Kalen Ponga, didn't he play a bit of rugby when he was younger?
Yeah.
I seen those highlight videos. He could have been a huge star for the Wallabies if they kept him.
Bro, imagine Ponga in the fullback.
Bro, he'll be different.
Man, because their schoolboys team was mean, eh? There's a few big NRL stars in that schoolboy team that they played in.
Yeah. Angus Crichton was in the rugby team too.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, it's crazy. Eh? I think if you add on to that, like what Brandon was saying about majority of the talent in Australia is in league, he's right about that, eh? Because if you think about it, some of the leagues they have moved over to unions such as like Vunivalu, Korobidi, Raja. You know, they've all gone straight into their Wallaby system. So yeah, I think you're right about that. It was majority of their talent league still them at high school level. And then you can also compare that with New Zealand. I think a lot of our union players do go over to Australia and then get straight into their Wallaby system. Because I got a mate that lived on my street. He was playing union here in Mags, and he went over to Oz,